Oh, I'm here, y'all. See, learning this podcast thing, ready but not ready, and ready and not ready. So I'm ready. I'm ready. So, welcome to Talking with Flair with Takesha. Thank y'all for joining me again. We're gonna talk about tattoos and short hair. Don't care. So I just finished my other recording. I was like, let me delve off into my tattoo fixation and me having short hair. And y'all probably like, okay, how them two go together? They don't. They don't. This is my podcast, so this is what we're gonna talk about. So, y'all, tattoos are sexy. Now, let me say this: they ain't sexy on everybody, and but that's our personal opinions. My personal opinions. Some men they be having tattoos. You be like, dang, it's like they enhance how um the guy is looking, like his fly, his sexy, his rugged, his suave, his you be like, okay, okay. And then you have some people you see, you be like, you can cover it up. You can cover it up. And I'm sure people think, they say that about me, like, she need to cover up her tattoos. Well, whatever they mind, it's my body. So that applies to me when I'm saying that about them. So, yeah, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So I got my first tattoo 28 years ago. I know, right? 28 years ago. I'm not even that old, but I got my first tattoo 28 years ago. And I had had two miscarriages at that time, and I wanted to get something to commemorate, the memories of my babies. And so I got the tattoos. Y'all, I have a very low pain tolerance. I'm a wimp. I'm a punk. Call me what you want. It don't matter. I know. I know what I am. I receive it. I recognize it. I understand it. Yeah, I just me and pain, we don't get along. If I'm mad, of course I don't feel pain, but who wants to go to the tattoo parlor being mad? Like, no. So when I got my first tattoos on my calf, and I'm proud of myself because it's a little detailed and it wasn't small. And I hung in there and I got it. It took me 10, 10 years, at least 10 years before I got my next one. Y'all finna talk about me. Because when I got my next tattoo, y'all, it didn't say nothing but Scorpio. It's like that big. Like for real. It's that big and it's in cursive and it says Scorpio and I have a mole on my back. So I was strategic and I used the mole to dot the I in Scorpio. Y'all, my cousin went with me. It was supposed to take 10, 15 minutes. I'm sad to say it took a whole hour because I was like this, running from the needle the entire time. And he was like, "Look, if you don't be still," I was like, "It hurt. This don't feel good. This is not comfortable." Got it right. And so 2 years ago, I got it refreshed. Y'all, I took it like a champ. Took 15 minutes. I didn't move. I was so proud of myself because I was dreading getting back in the seat to get tattooed again. But I was like, the Scorpio's cute on my back with my little mole. So I was like, let me get it done again. And I did. Then I discovered numbing cream. Best invention ever. And since I have discovered numbing cream, I have gotten 6 more tattoos. Now, some people be like, you missing the whole experience, you supposed to feel it. I felt it the first 3 times. I'm good. I don't have to experience it no more. Who gonna know I got numbing cream if I don't tell them? All you see is a tattoo. That's all you need to know. Like whatever. And so since I discovered that numbing cream, baby, it has been a life changer because now I'm gonna get a ton more tattoos. I want to finish this arm with like a half sleeve, and then I want to get some more tattoos. Back of my arm to my elbow, not on my elbow. It's gonna have to, yeah. Mm-mm. And so when I first did the numbing cream, they tell you 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Lies you tell, I had that numbing cream for about 5 to 6 hours. I didn't feel a thing. It was wonderful. I always envy people that would go to the tattoo parlor and just sit there and fall asleep and eat and drink, or, whatever, and it be no big deal to them. And I was very envious. I had to repent because I was like, man, it must be nice. They sitting there like they don't have a needle in their arm digging in them 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 times. Like how they do that. But baby, when I got this tattoo and I had the number cream on, so the tattoo that I got at that time, my mom had just passed a year before, and I had said I was going to get a tattoo, and I had been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because I was like, I don't want to feel the pain. I'm like I said, I'm a wimp. My mama called me the wimpy popo when she was alive. Um, because I'm hard on the outside and I'm mush on the inside. I am what I am, and so when I got the tattoo to commemorate her memory, and honor her, and have a piece of her on me, and then number cream worked. I said, "Oh, baby, it's on." And then, so the next tattoo I got is on my wrist, and my daughter has the exact same tattoo. Mine is just a little bit different because, of course, when you have different people doing tattoos, and it wasn't the person that originally did hers, there's gonna be some variations to it. And so I was proud because I didn't feel nothing, and I'm like, oh, I got my tattoo. So then, when I went to Bali last year for my birthday, I got two more tattoos. And my favorite scripture is Jeremiah 29:11. And so I don't have the entire tattoo scripture, just the book, chapter, and verse. And then I have at the top his plan and at the bottom my purpose. Because to me, it's a reminder that, like, no matter what I go through, God has a plan for me, and my life has a purpose. All of our lives have a purpose. And I'm here for a reason. And so, with that, I was like, okay. And numb and cream, got numb and cream, and didn't feel it. But that was the second tattoo I got that day. The first tattoo he did was on my back, and he put numb and cream on it, but it was not on there long enough. Y'all, if I could have ran out that chair, I would have. But how he had me positioned, he had me facing the chair, uh backwards. And so of course the back of the chair is in front of me. So I couldn't run from the needle. I tried to, y'all, we even had to take a break because I was like, this is too much. This is too much. But I got the tattoo, so proud because it's really beautiful. I'm gonna get some more detailed work done on it because I want some more colors added to it. And yes, I'm gonna numb up before I do it. And so got those two tattoos while I was in Bali. Yes, everything was sanitized, sterilized, brand new packaging and all that stuff. The only reason why we had to end up stopping is because he didn't have, a wide variety of colors, but it is a beautiful foundation that's on my back. And it's funny because, when you get tattoos, you be wanting to show it. You want folks to see it. And because of my back, of course, mostly covered all the time. So I'm like, dang, can't nobody see this tattoo that I suffered through to get, whatever. So got that one. And then let's see. So that one, my arm right there. Okay. So then the next one I got was I got a memorial tattoo, and it's on my wrist. You can't really see it because I have my watch covers it a lot. And you see I have my watch tan. But if I don't turn my wrist, it's in line per se. But each looks like a bracelet and with charms. And so each charm means something. Like the heart is for my mom. She had three heart tattoos on her thigh right above her knee for her biological kids. And then my grandmother, my mom's mom, my maternal grandmother, she had a black teddy bear, a really soft black teddy bear that every time I would go to her house, I would just go and cuddle up with the bear. It was really soft, and I don't care what anybody else says. She kept that bear for me. And so I have a teddy bear on the bracelet. And then for my stepdad that raised me, he was in my life since I was 5, and we call him Daddy Baby. He passed um 3 years ago. He's coming up on 4 come January. No, coming up on 4 years, I believe. But he's been gone 3. He is one of the people that helped instill my love for traveling. He's from Philadelphia, where most of his family is. He had no family here other than us, and we would drive to Philadelphia every year for the summer, and he would drive straight through, like nonstop. And I have the fondest memories uh, from that. And so I have a car, so it represents that for him. And then my stepdad, that my mom was married to before she passed, and he passed a year prior to her. He loved taking pictures. He loved lighthouses too, but I didn't want to get a lighthouse charm. But he loved photography, and so I got a camera on my charm bracelet. And then my grandmother. Now I told you in the last video that I was a preacher's wife. I'm also a preacher's grandkid. So my grandfather was a preacher, and so my grandmother, her being first lady, she did wear hats. She looked good in her hats too. And so I have a hat to symbolize her. And for my grandfather, obviously, with him being a preacher, I got a Bible. And so it's like I'm carrying these family members around me at all times that had profound influences on me. All my tattoos, they mean something. So my mom, she loved lions and lionesses, and she had pictures and figurines and stuff in her living room. Wasn't gaudy. It actually looked really good how she had her stuff, but excuse me, she had that all in her living room. And so I wanted, and she had a butterfly tattoo on her chest. My mom had like 5 tattoos. I think she got her first one, which is like 40, 45, something like that. And she ended up having 5 before she passed. And so I was like, I don't want a regular butterfly tattoo. I want something different. So my mom had a butterfly tattoo. My sister, she for years she's had a butterfly tattoo on her back, which is gorgeous. And then when my mom died, my daughter got a butterfly tattoo, and she got hers put like right in here in her elbow. So when she opens her arm and bends her arm, it looks like it's flying. It's really pretty. And so I was like, I want something, cute. So I'm gonna get this touched up a little bit more because you can't see it. My mom's favorite color was any shade of blue. So the eyes of the lion is blue, and then the butterfly itself is blue. And I plan on adding some more memorabilia to it, like a lighthouse for my stepdad, kind of with the light shining down on the butterfly and the lion, and then of course my mom's signature. So that'll complete like a half sleeve or whatever you want to call it, because y'all probably think like whole sleeve's gonna be my whole arm. It might end up being that, but not today. So that's my plan for that. And so then I have my phoenix with a crescent moon on my back with flowers. I got the phoenix because to me it symbolizes rebirth, obviously, and going through different things in our lives. It's important that when we get through it, we rise up from it and we learn from it. And I understand that all things we go through are not necessarily lessons for ourselves, but people that are watching us, right? And to me, it's a constant reminder of all the things that God has brought me through that I've risen from um, with Him, because I couldn't get, I had, there's no way I could have gotten through it by myself. And then above it and incorporated in it is a crescent moon. And I have a crescent moon shaped birthmark. this is not something, I'm not trying to flip you off, but I was born with it. And so it's very unique. And so I wanted a tattoo on me that also represented my crescent moon. And so I did that. And then I wanted another tattoo. And I wanted another butterfly tattoo. But I wanted something that was um different. And so I always wanted a thigh tattoo because I'm like, this sexy. I want to be sexy. So I got a tattoo about a month and a half ago, and it has an elephant on it. Beautiful elephant, and the ears are butterfly wings. And of course, or on the elephant is jewels. So I do a girls mentoring program, and that symbolism for the program that I do, and that every young lady is a beautiful gem. Every woman is a gem, and life is precious. And to me, too, with having the elephant that symbolizes wisdom and family and strength and perseverance, uh, and all those things. And then, of course, the butterfly to me is also transition and rising up, and the beauty of going from that cocoon and caterpillar caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly. So you have all those different symbolisms in that tattoo. So I'm gonna go back and get color added to it, because right now I just have the shading and stuff like that. Like, it's beautiful as it is, but I know it's gonna pop when I get that color. So that's gonna be next. And then, and yes, I numbed this thigh down. Like, I numbed it down. I still felt a little bit. It's like some of these tattoos, I still felt certain things, like, higher up on my wrist and the back of my hand. Like, I felt that, but I powered through that thing. And so I'm just fascinated by seeing other people's tattoos, because it shows people's personality, their artistry. It has a story that to tell. Of course, we get tattoos, and it's like it should be temporary and not permanent. But just seeing, delving off into people, and kind of understanding what their passions are and their likes are, it's reflected in what they put on their body. And of course, not all tattoos mean anything, and I get that. But I wanted to make sure whatever I put on my body that was permanent, it was gonna have a meaning. So I'm gonna get some more tattoos, and I kind of know what I want to get next. Um, y'all, I just know I'm gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a good mess, but I'm gonna be a mess, and I'm gonna use my numbing cream and wrap myself up with some Ran wrap. Make sure it take, because y'all not gonna talk about me. And I'm not gonna wimp out. I'm gonna try not to. Anyway, so I love tattoos, and I love seeing, what people get and their reasons for getting it. And then when I talk about short hair don't care, y'all, I have had short hair for 12 years. For the past 10 years, I have been platinum blonde up until March. Um, I was platinum blonde because as my gray was coming in, you can't tell because my hair is longer now and a lot thicker. But when you have like short hair, like a fade, you can see the hair patterns and the color patterns. Like, you can't hide anything. I had black hair, gray hair, black. Like, I looked like a soccer ball or volleyball or somebody's ball with different patches. Like, it was not, for me. It wasn't cute. Mm, no, y'all was not finna see it. So I went platinum blonde, and I liked it. So when I do my outro video, you'll see my platinum blonde hair. Eventually, I'll change that picture, but you'll get to see like what that looked like. And so when I cut my hair this past March, I realized my gray and my black were mixing better. And I was like, oh, finally. And so I was like, okay, I can let people see my real hair. And so when I say my real hair, I mean, without the color. And I had one person tell me, "Oh, so you finally embraced your gray?" I said, "I never had a problem with gray. I just had a problem with how my gray was looking. It was being very disrespectful by being patchy, and y'all wasn't gonna see it. Now that it's cute and things, I'm like, y'all can see all of this gray. I'm not putting no more color. I doubt if I put any more color in my hair. I wish I was all gray. I just loved how I looked with that platinum hair with the white hair. I was like, oh, she cute. Okay. And not all women of color look good with blonde hair. And y'all, when I say I had platinum blonde hair, like my hair was white, white, like, and she cute. My hair was white, white. And so, but prior to me having short hair for that extended period of time, I had long hair and it was down my back. And every 2, 3 years, I wear it long. And then I would cut it all off because I loved long hair, but I also loved short hair. And so I would go back and forth. I would rock it long, let it be down my back. And then when I was ready to cut it off, I cut it off because it's just hair. That's my opinion. And I tried doing natural 3 times. The third time was the charm. So when I finally went natural for the third time, my hair was long, it was thick, and I got tired of fooling with it. It's a lot of work. Natural hair is a lot of work. And if you don't feel like it's a lot of work, that's because you're not putting in the work. My opinion. That's just my opinion. But I got tired of fooling with long natural hair. And my sister would style it for me all the time because she's just good like that. Like y'all, she could do some bomb styles. Like any styles I had when my hair was natural, 9 times out of 10, my sister Tamara did it. She hooked the sister up. Like I was cute. But then I got to the point where I still got tired of fooling with my hair. So I cut it off because I'm like, okay, I look good with short hair. Just rock short hair. Then it got to the point, y'all, where I got this short hair and I'm like, oh, wake up in the morning. Sometimes, I'm be honest, sometimes I wake up in the morning, wouldn't even touch my head. Like literally would forget to do anything to my head. But people wouldn't know. And they were like, oh, your hair's so cute. And I'm like, I ain't even touched it this morning, but thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And just I got lazy. Yeah, I was so lazy to the point where I had got laser um treatments done to my lower leg, so like from my knees down, so where I would not have to worry about shaving. So I rarely have to shave my legs. Like I don't have outrageous hair anyway, so I could get away with it. But it got to the point where I didn't even want to shave. And then I did laser under my arms. I may shave 2 or 3 times a year. And I said I'm gonna do laser again because I want to have to not even shave that often. I want like not at all. So if you get it done often enough, you don't have to shave because it thins out the hair. It has it where the hair doesn't grow back. Like so, when it does grow back, it's not overly noticeable, and I can get away with it. But because I know it's there, I will shave once it gets to a certain point, and that's just Keisha's preference. And then I wax. I get a wax, and I love the feeling of a good wax. That's just me. I just be like, oh, she's soft. Like, okay. So now, when I take a shower, I don't have to worry about shaving my legs, my underarms, or anything else. And then I don't have to worry about it taking all day to wash my hair and then for my hair to dry. Like, I'm living the life. So, short hair don't care. I don't. This is the most hair I've had on my head, y'all, probably in 10 years. 8 to 10 years is probably as much hair as I've had on my head. Like, so when people see me, like, oh, your hair is long, because for me it is. And I'm enjoying the journey. I'm embracing it even more than I did when I did initially cut it, and it was a little bit longer than this. And for 5 years, y'all, I kid you not, for 5 years off and on, I've had dreams of seeing myself with locks. I would have locks in my dreams. And I have been toying with it. I said, if I ever grow my hair back, I'm going to get locks. I said, because I know I'm not going to want to have to fool with my hair in its natural state. But I think and I believe and I'm embracing being able to fool my hair in a lock state because it's not as much maintenance. You still have to take care of it. You still have to wash it and get your retwist or whatever, you get, whether it's the interlocking, a two strand, a coil, whatever it is, you still have to do some work to it and making sure it's moisturized and making sure you cover it with a bonnet or silk wrap or use a silk pillowcase so you don't have lint in it. So it still looks fresh and neat. Like I get all of that and I'm fine with that. I feel like I would be more committed to that than just dealing with natural hair that's loose like this and long. Like y'all see, my hair is thick, except for them temples, but that's okay. She ain't bald. Okay, okay, not that much. All right, let me cover that up. But I feel like I'm gonna be okay with it. So for the past 5 years, I've had dreams like that. But crazily enough, the past year, I have repetitively had dreams with me having locks. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie, she looked good. I was like, dang, I look good with locks. And I have my coworkers and my friends and family laughing at me because I get to talking. I'll be like, I'll sling my non-existent hair. And I'm like, just pretend like it's there. It's there. It's whatever. And so I said, y'all gonna be sick of me when it actually gets long and I actually do have hair and I'm slinging it. I'm probably gonna be sick of myself. But one of my friends was like, girl, you just strengthening your neck. So when you get long hair, you'll be like, you'll be able to handle, slinging it because I done strengthened my neck. I'm gonna be good. So I'm excited about it. I'm fascinated even more so when I see people with their locks, respecting their journey and their style, because all locks are not created equal, because all hair is not created equal, but neither are the people. So to me, each person's lock has its own personality based off the person that's wearing them. And so just respecting that, but also being in a position where I'm looking at them and I'm like, they're like, you got enough hair to start your locks now? No, I know I do, but no, I don't want baby locks. I don't want I don't want the little baby locks because I understand when I first get them done, I'm going to experience a lot of shrinkage. So I'm like, I don't want my locks to be like that. I just no. So until I'm ready to start my journey, I'm gonna start getting braids. And that's because I find myself in my head all the time, like I'm coiling it and I'm twisting it and all that stuff. And I don't want to get to the point too where I'm playing it so much I start getting tired either. And so this will just allow me to just keep my hands out of my head and let my hair do what it does. I cut my hair back in March. And I want to say when you see the outro picture or video with the picture in it of my platinum blonde, that's how low my hair was cut in March. It was that low. And y'all, she already, you know, she got inches. I don't know if you can see past these headphones, but some spots some 2 inches, some of an inch and a half. I went for a consultation a month ago and never did one before. And I really enjoyed it because the person that did it is a licensed loctician, cosmetologist, and barber. And just her telling me information and her expectations and what she will and what not tolerate and setting boundaries and rules. And it sounds overwhelming, but it really wasn't because I respect somebody that's letting me know if you're going to be my client, I expect you to do this and this. If you're going to be my client, this is how I operate. So that way there's those misunderstandings. There's open line of communication and also the ability to ask questions because I was able to ask questions. And then with the consultation, she had that little bougie machine where she was able to like look at my scalp and show me, like I was able to see on the screen like literally what my scalp looked like. What I did like was she didn't just go to one section. Is all she looked at. She went around my head. She was looking. She had asked me. She was like, what do you think your hair is? Do you feel like do you have like dandruff or any flaking? I was like, no, don't have any. And she asked me if I felt like my hair was healthy, and I was like, yeah, I feel like it is. And so she was like, okay, good, because we finna see for sure. So she went in and looking with the machine, and she was like, oh yeah, your scalp is actually really good. And so as she was looking to see if I had any dandruff and any, flaking. And then she was looking to see if I had any scars or blemishes to my scalp. My scalp is perfect. It was excellent day. So I ain't had no issues with my scalp. And but as she was looking, I was like, it's two hairs growing out of some of these follicles. And she was like, no, that's a good thing. That means your scalp is healthy. So it's not abnormal for you to have two strands of hair growing out of one follicle. So I was like, okay, she healthy for real. Okay. So she was looking, and then she went from not just looking at my scalp to actually looking at my follicles, and then looking at the shaft of my hair, which is, the length of my hair, to see like if any of it was thin, if it was damaged or anything like that. And then she went and looked at my ends to see if I had any split ends or damaged ends. She said my hair was perfect for locks, that my hair was extremely healthy. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, now I got to keep this up for the next 6 to 9 months. So whenever I get ready to get these locks, make sure it stays healthy so I can get them. And with her saying that, I was like, okay. It made me even more excited, because as long as I kept taking care of my hair and my scalp, it wasn't going to hinder my journey. And so she was telling me that she prefers when she does somebody locks that they're 3 to 4 inches. Your hair is 3 to 4 inches long. And so I was like, okay, good, because I don't want you to do my hair right now anyway, because to me it's too short for me. And I want it to be longer when I start my journey. And so we were on the same page with this. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. And so I think when I finally get some, I don't want sister locks. Initially, when I was talking about it years ago to myself, I was like, I think I'm gonna get sister locks. Nope, not gonna happen. That's too much hair. I don't want 700 to 800 locks. And I'm sure you can get sister locks that are you can have a lesser count than that. But I feel like with the density of my hair, I would end up having a whole lot of locks. That's a lot of weight on your head for me. This is Takesha's opinions and Takesha's thoughts. I don't want that much hair. And so I was like, mm-mm. So I have decided that if when I do get them, I'm either going to get micro locks or they're going to be small. I want them that way so I have more flexibility with various styling, and pulling it up in a ponytail and that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to go with. Now, when I say Pinterest is the devil, Pinterest show you 10,000 things you want. You can't make your mind up about which one you want to get. Pinterest has shown me so many variations to locks and styles and looks and all of those things. And one thing I can respect when it comes to YouTube is the videos I've seen people saying embrace your journey, and every lock journey for each person is different, and your locks are not going to look like everybody else's locks because it's your hair. And I appreciate that, because it keeps me grounded to where I don't have a certain expectation. And people talk about that ugly phase and the frizz and how much is necessary. So that's helped me to better understand too the necessity of taking care of your locks, but also understanding that just like we go through things in life and we transition, it's the same thing for our hair. And one of my friends was like, "Girl, you better look up what it means to have a dream, you know, with locks in it. Like, what does that mean?" And I was like, "I never thought about this." So just know I will end up looking that up. So I'm doing this podcast because I want you guys to be a part of this journey and also document my journey with not only my tattoos and getting more and the things and reasoning behind it, but also kind of documenting and seeing myself on this journey as my hair grows out and getting the braids and then finally getting the locks and embracing the different aspects of that and to be able to answer any questions that you might have or your opinions and your thoughts. And some of you might, let me say this podcast, I feel like, is not just for me, it's for us. And some of you may have questions or concerns or things that you might be thinking about. And it helps you when you find out and you know you're not the only one. You're not by yourself. And it helps with connection and not feeling alone and trapped in your circumstances, especially when you see, okay, that person went through it too. That person's going through it too. And some of you might be short hair don't care, long hair don't care, and may want to do something different and learn something from the journey and the transition because it's going to be a transition that I'm going through. So, yeah, we in this thing together. And even if you don't want to be with me together, you on here today. You on here today, so we is together. Um, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So y'all see me doing this because I'm talking into my mic. So I have it where you can't see it, but I got a mic. Uh, I actually have two. So you see the little arm piece of my mic over here, but I'm excited, y'all. And I had to do another podcast back to back because I was like, the first one was good. Let me go ahead and do a second one while the spirit is with me, while I'm feeling it. But I'm gonna get more tattoos. And hopefully Saturday I'll get these braids. So the next time y'all see me, if I don't feel compelled to do another podcast, y'all will get to see me with my braids sooner than later. But I'm getting them. I'm getting these braids. But let's be clear, what they're not gonna be is down my butt. If I'm used to being bald headed, I'm not gonna put no braids down my head. No, if they're gonna stop like right here so I can get used to having hair on my head again and what that feels like and not get overwhelmed or tired from it. Oh, before I get off here, speaking of tattoos. So one thing I did do was I got cosmetic tattooing like 2 years ago to my eyebrows. Can't tell. So even if you can, pretend like you can't. So I got it done because I want to be like Beyonce. I want to wake up like this. My eyebrows naturally were nice, but you would enhance them by using your brow brush or pencil or powder or whatever. And I just wanted to reduce the amount of work. Y'all heard me tell y'all I was lazy. I was not lying. So I got the tattooing done. And yes, they do numb you. And I loved it. So I got it retouched earlier this year and got them redone. But I also have eyeliner. I'm probably not gonna get that retouched again, even though I did get it retouched when I got my brows done, because you can't really tell that I got my eyeliner done. And no, I don't want it to be dramatic, but I still want it to be noticeable. Go figure. It's not noticeable unless I point it out to somebody, and ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I might, if I get it done, it's gonna be thicker. Pray for me. I hadn't even decided if I was gonna do it again, but I just, you spend the money. I did spend a lot because I went to the school. It's cheaper to go to the school, but they really did an excellent job, and I love how my brows look. Don't they look good, y'all? So I just got to clean up them extra, them stray hairs. So when it comes to Makeup, I don't wear a lot unless it's like a special occasion. I definitely would throw on some lipstick, but don't say that when y'all catch me out and I don't have nothing on. It is what it is. Like my first video, I'm not looking anything special, but I want y'all to see me in my natural environment, my natural state. And not everything is going to be dressed up and fancy because that's not life. But we're gonna talk about some stuff, y'all. We're gonna talk about traveling. We're gonna talk about customs. One of my friends was like, "Yes, please," because that's scary going through customs. Ain't nobody got time to be arrested. We're gonna talk about some things that are prohibited in certain countries going through customs that can get you arrested. And I'm not even just talking about uh, drugs. Drugs is not the only thing that can get you arrested and locked up and in trouble in other countries. So we're gonna talk about that kind of stuff. We're gonna talk about my daughter. She said she'll come on and she and I'll talk and y'all get to see our dynamic and um being raised by a single parent and then on the police and then my perspective of being the police and being a single parent and going through the different things that we've gone through together. And of course my sister said they will come on here. That's gonna be real fun because they are hilarious. And then having some friends on and maybe some, we gonna see. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited. So once again, tattoos and short hair don't care for now. Then I'm be long hair don't care. I'm gonna be long hair don't care. But until then, thank y'all for joining Talking with Claire. And we'll see you next time.